Welcome to Go Get This podcast, but we haven't quite decided yet. We're going to keep doing it anyway. I'm Colby.
And I'm a raw chicken in a tuxedo with a big gun and even bigger titties. But you can call me Fee.
What the fuck? Fee?
What?
Where is this coming from?
I don't know. I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, as you know, my humor is like that. I think that'd be funny. And that's as deep as it goes.
That's it. So you just thought, what if a big tittied raw chicken was in a tuxedo and had a gun? Like what if it was like James Bond but a raw chicken?
Yeah.
And you said this is great. Other people need to hear this.
But he's a villain to James Bond because he's a big fan of foul play. Woo! Off to a good start.
Yeah, damn. This is already strong podcast.
Already best podcast.
Yeah, maybe the best episode we've ever recorded already.
We can't top it. This is just it. This is the peak comedy.
Yeah, you know what? In fact, let's go ahead and go into the outro. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Kobe, roll it. No. If we had an editor, that would be more funny, but we don't.
No, it's just me.
It's just me in my room.
It's just me out here, just fucking editing it together and then letting my script upload it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's fine. It works. It works to get the good word out. For the good go get a word.
Yeah, for the cult. I mean, religion.
Look, when you subscribe, like and subscribe and follow, you are electronically signing your signature to be in our cult. Mm-hmm. So you already know the deal.
Yeah, and I know what you're asking. Is that legal? It depends on where you register the contract. And currently, we are registered in Sealand, and Sealand is a real place. So,
is it a real place?
It is. It is. It is an oil. It is an oil rig, an old oil platform that was abandoned, and then a bunch of people went to it. And we're like, hey, this is going to be its own country now. And not many people recognize that Sealand exists or that it has any autonomy.
I think it's Latin for an old Spanish ship.
For an old wooden ship. Yeah, the Principality of Sealand.
That is awesome.
Yeah, if you Google it, it's well, it's not really much to look at. It is pretty jank.
Just don't Google it. Just take our word for it.
Yeah, you know what? Sealand's great, and it's a very real nation that has very real laws, and so you're very much you're in the cult, and it's fine.
Yeah, everything is okay. Everything is okay. Now, what I will say is, maybe once we get big, you follow, right? We, like that guy in, I think, Las Vegas, who has, what is it called? He has, his own little nation inside America that's not America.
Oh, yeah, he emancipated his land, I believe. Is that what the term is?
Yeah, he emancipated his land, and so now he lives in his own little land, and I forget what it's called. It's called, some Yugoslavia, I don't know.
It's called Yugoslavia. That's the one.
I forget what it's called. It's a stupid name, but he lives there, and I think that if we became really huge and big, that we should get our own little emancipated land and be like, this is our land. We make up our own rules.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. I believe it's the Republic of Molossia, where His Excellency Kevin Bra has reigned for more than 40 years. Kevin Bra! He's out here. He's doing it. And he's, it's just him, and that's it. It's just him and a bunch of garbage he built. So if you want to go and visit this, I'll just go ahead and say it. This fake country. Then yeah, go.
Honestly, I think he's just living the dream.
I mean, sure. For all intents and purposes, sure. Whatever. Why not?
Yeah. All when you come to What's the name of my emancipated country gonna be? Feeland.
Feeland. Oh, I was gonna say that's really lazy and stupid, which it is also, but it also does sound pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. It's well, what else would it be? It can't just be like fucking. What would you call your emancipated land?
I would take more than 2 seconds to think of it. I would.
Take three.
Okay. The sovereign nation of Whataburger. No, damn it. I was almost there.
You were right there. It was on the edge of your tongue, but you just didn't get it.
I know.
So
Shit. Feeland it is.
Yeah, sovereign nation of Feeland. It's not Feeland, it's Feeland.
Feeland, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
It's like, what's that other country that has land in its name?
There's like 1,000 of them.
Yeah,
like Iceland, Greenland.
Yeah, that one, Iceland. But Feeland.
Listen, it's not bad.
Where the grass is made of candy and the fucking house is made of gingerbread.
Wow, that is all of that is going to be gone within a week for sure, right? Like it's just ants. Just ants live there.
I didn't say it was. I didn't say it was a strong nation.
It just exists for a limited time only. You have to come. Pay me a lot of money.
Pay me a lot of money to come in and fight the ants. God. I take it back. That's not a good idea. I don't want my own nation.
It sounds hard, right? Like,
yeah,
and especially the thing is with all these like micronations where it's like, oh, I've decided that I have my own nation. Like, if the United States government just showed up and was like, hey, you don't actually have your own nation, and we have a bunch of tanks to prove it, then you would go, yeah, I know. I was just fucking around.
You took it seriously?
Wow, how embarrassing for you.
Look at these guys taking my threats to fucking American government serious.
Wow.
Man. Big man in his big tank.
Can I ride around in your big cool tank?
I'd show off my tanks, but I don't want to get them out. They're way bigger though.
Yeah, they're huge. They're all underground.
Yeah, in my underground bunker.
I mean, my nation is only 2 acres big, but like it goes down to the core of the earth.
Exactly. Yeah. And all the tunnels look like ant tunnels, which you know that's why the ants are on the top because they built the tunnels. They get to live on land. That's
correct. Yep. I mean, listen, all of this and more is just like it's in this pamphlet. You just have to go read it. Okay. So why don't you go read that? I'll go drive around your cool tank for a while.
Yeah, and by the time you're done, I'll be done.
Yeah, it'll be great.
I think giant. I don't know. You think giant ants are like scary? Not like the little the ones from like Africa, the big ones. I mean like in old horror movie giant ants. Like that'd be terrifying.
Dude, yes. Yeah. Have you seen an ant up close? It's fucking scary, dude.
I think some are cute.
No, you don't. You were lying. You're just saying that because you haven't thought of this at all.
I've seen an ant up close, and I mean, they're just little guys.
Yeah, but they've you don't think about it, but ants have hair on them?
Yeah, we have hair on us.
Yeah, but it's gross when it's on an ant. It's gross when it's on like an insect. If an insect has a hair, it's like, no thank you. Like tarantulas, no thank you. I'm good.
Well, I mean, what's so gross about it?
I don't know. I can't pinpoint it. But just the fact that they look like they're covered in peach fuzz, disgusting.
Maybe
disgusting.
I mean, peaches have peach fuzz, and they're delicious.
Yeah, and they're not ants. They're not like, peaches aren't crawling around. I'm not picking them up off the ground, and they don't bite me, you know?
Could you imagine, like, if tomorrow, just all the bugs in the world turned into, like, edible fruit, and all the fruit became sentient?
I mean, if it was delicious fruit, then, like...
No, they're all delicious fruit, and they became sentient and bug-like, except they no longer taste like what they did. They instead taste just like bugs, and the bugs taste like fruit.
Man, okay. This sucks.
This world you put me in sucks.
Yeah, see? So, like, what? All of the... Obviously, all of the stuff that's currently in the grocery store has to go, right? Because it tastes like bugs.
Yeah. and they're probably crawling around.
Yeah, disgusting. And then I guess we're just going to have to pop up a whole cottage industry around, like, collecting ants and putting them in boxes so people can eat them.
Yeah, like fucking raisinets and shit.
Yeah, like whenever, like, people, like, cook crickets and stuff, except that, like, these are just going to be raw ant.
Raw ant! Fucking, you care for a raw ant? Tastes like grapes.
I mean, it's got to be, like, there's only, like, probably a few hour lag time between, like, this change happening and some, like, Mormon mom making, like, ant jam, right? Like,
yeah.
That's...
who's to say ant jam doesn't exist already?
That's a good question. You know what? You're right. And maybe I'm looking.
Yeah, because look, I was watching Abroad in Japan, and they have like bee larva honey jam, where they just put just bee larva carcasses in honey, and you're supposed to like eat it like that with like nacho or like chips and stuff.
Man, okay, this is fucked. There is an ant jelly.
Ooh,
yeah, it's called green ant marmalade. I'm looking it up. I'm looking. It's Australian because
of course.
Well, that's where like that's where laws of nature go to die. So makes sense.
Of course, yeah.
First picture, just a fine jar of marmalade, and then it's like a couple of like of jars with like some ants around it, and then they open it up and there's fucking ants in the jelly. And it says it's the perfect combination that just works with everything, using an old French style of cooking where we've infused the green ants to create these amazing taste sensations.
What old French style? We're just eating ants.
Yeah, and why didn't you just leave it there?
Do you just put this on toast, or?
I guess that's what I'm betting this is, right? It's gotta be.
Yeah, let's see. Marmalade. It's marmalade, so yeah, toast.
Mm-hmm.
Infused with native green tree ants. No gluten, all natural.
Hell yeah. These ants never even seen bread.
Until you put it on them.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, that's awful. I don't want to think about that. I don't even want to think about my fruit insect fucking switcheroo. That's pretty gross.
Yeah, you started this, Fee.
I went off on a wild tangent, and that's what it ended on, so I didn't mean to.
Listen, I just want to say, formally, I apologize.
I apologize that now that I know there's fucking ant marmalade and it's gross. I'm already gross that people are selling crickets like chips, knowing that it's just, ugh. You have to, I'm pretty sure they maybe... in some wild way, they don't taste bad. But then, you put it in your mouth and you got, the gross legs and stuff and... Oh,
yeah, that's my major problem is the imagined texture. Because, the flavor is probably fine. Like, the fact that they sell as well as they do means that, the flavor's got to be okay. But, it's the mental block of, knowing what you're putting in your mouth and then, feeling... the different parts, I guess.
Oh yeah, the antenna and of course the what do they have? They don't have a carapace. It's what
they're hard thorax.
Yeah, and then there's their squishy inside. Just
well, a lot of them are cooked, right? So most crickets are cooked, so it's just gonna be crispy crunchy the whole way through, probably.
It's kind of like popcorn with legs.
Yeah, and you don't want that.
I never want that, no.
I've seen someone eat, a tarantula, right? And that's
yeah, I remember they used to sell tarantulas on thinkgeek.com.
Yeah.
Consumption.
It's fucked up. But, yeah, it's, even that, a tarantula has... Sorry, well, we're talking about bugs, and my dog just touched my foot, and I went, it's a tarantula.
I thought that you were just going with my tarantula has a tarantula has I'm like,
It does have that. It has it for sure.
it has the factor.
But yeah, tarantulas got hair, and that's gross. I don't
Yeah.
want hair in my mouth. That's nasty.
Do you eat the hair? Like, do you open it up and scoop the insides out?
I don't. I think you just eat the whole thing. I think it's like a one and done. You just go for it.
Oh, I don't know, man. If I was stranded on an island, I probably would. But like, in my privileged life that I live in a house with food readily available, I don't think I'd go for tarantula.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things out there that are like on that top the list.
Yeah.
Way higher than tarantula does.
I'm like, I go to my fridge and I'm like, a healthy balanced sandwich, or just a raw tarantula.
Yeah, even if you don't have much in the fridge, even if you're like, wow, my choices are eat a tarantula or pour a bunch of ketchup in my mouth and that's just my meal. Yeah, I'm gonna go for ketchup. It's ketchup time, baby.
Why don't you pour the ketchup on the tarantula?
Because I don't imagine that's gonna make it better. Because my concerns with it are textural.
Okay. Well, how's about this? You chop it up and you use a mocajete to fucking crush it into a fine powder.
Okay.
And then you use that powder, cook ramen, and then like powder it over the ramen.
Yeah. Listen, I'm fine with that. That sounds all right. I'll eat that.
You don't even get to see the tarantula. And then like the accoutrement, we put like legs on the back of it to know that you're eating like tarantula ramen.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Like I'm all in for stuff like that, or like whenever people were like, this burger's made out of rats. It's like, well, that's fine.
Well, yeah.
If the burger tastes good and I didn't have to see how it was made, then I don't give a shit.
As long as like they're, I'm not gonna say clean rats, non-infected rats. Like they didn't just go to a sewer and like, this is good and fucking like,
good enough.
These have to be like locally sourced, farm-grown rats.
That's right. They've got to be clean. They have to be educated, treated humanely.
Go into the shop. I'm like, were these rat patties farm fed? Were they free? Are they free roaming? Like, why don't people like have weirder like meat stores like that where they're like, oh yeah, we have your normal beef and pork and stuff, and over here we got rat.
Just got a little bit of rat. Just in case you wanted it.
Yeah, we got our rat sausage links and our fucking. If you go to the ready-made section, we got cockroach nachos. Where fucking I make this beautiful fucking cockroach guacamole.
I mean, the thing is, we have something similar to that, but it's like they took it in a different direction. So instead of being like, oh yeah, this is our weird meat section, this is instead of it being different animals, it's different parts of the same fucking 5 animals where they're like,
yeah,
do you want some chicken livers? Do you want a chicken foot? Do you want a pig nail?
Yeah.
A pig fingernail?
Oh,
it's like,
no, I fucking hate pig hooves in anything. And I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, but I do not like fucking, what is it called? What's that I know I'm Mexican. What's that Mexican fucking dish with pig fucking feet in it?
Oh, with pig feet, with the ham hocks? Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Shit. I feel like asking my mom, she's right there, but like, oh, God. It's like, You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But every time I say I don't like that dish, people are like, well, you just haven't had the right one.
Yeah.
You have to try my grandma's. I'm like, I don't have to try anything.
Yeah, I can try shit.
I'm like, first of all, it smells, and it just, the fucking smell of it. It not pisses me off, but like, I hate it.
So I was looking
Menudo.
Well, yeah. But menudo doesn't necessarily have to have like pig feet in it either.
Yeah, I know, but that's like a thing.
There are some things that you can't get away from because like Menudo is one of those things like fucking curry, right? Where it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it can have basically whatever you fucking want in it, as long as it has like these core ingredients, you can add shit to it. And pig feet is one of those things that's like, oh, this is like a traditional thing to add, but then you
I feel
can't
like
get
it
away
is.
from like tripe. Like tripe is
Oh
just
fuck!
fucking intestines. Like you can't be
I
like, oh no, this is tripe, but with beef
I hate fucking
ribs.
I hate fucking tripas. I hate them. I remember, and I feel bad because once when I was little, my grandfather was babysitting me when I was young, and he was like, "You want breakfast?" And he made me breakfast, and it was tripas and eggs, and I've never had it. I was like, "Oh, this looks good." It looked kind of like migas, but it's just pig skin or pig intestines. And I took one bite, and I was like, "Oh!" And like, he had a little kid, and my grandpa was like, "Oh, you like it?" I was like, "I love it." And I didn't want to hurt his feelings, so then I just went to the living room and watched TV, and then, when he wasn't around, I went to the fucking trash can, threw it away.
Hell yeah.
Fucking, I hate tripas, I hate menudo, and I don't know, my mom's always like, are you even Mexican? I'm like, yes, I just don't like these foods.
Yeah, they're just, why'd you pick the worst foods?
Exactly, and I'm like, eh. But it's not just like Mexican dishes. There's a lot of dishes of stuff that I'm just a no-go. Like, I don't like shrimp. And
Honestly, so I really like shrimp. I'm a big fan of shrimp. What really fucking gets me, and this is because it's a textural thing as well, is soft shell crab.
ooh, yeah.
I cannot fucking eat soft shell crab because like I'm like I shouldn't be eating the shell, and they're like, well, no, and this is how it's served. You just eat the whole thing, and I'm like, you are fucking with me right now. Like this feels like eating uncooked pasta, and you were lying to me.
I'm just not a crab person. I like artificial crab more than
Oh
real
yeah,
crab.
same.
But like, I'm not a big seafood guy. I'll eat a fried salmon, or I'll eat what's it called, a grilled fucking fish that's been blackened on one side. Ooh, so good. But like anything else from the sea you can have. I just don't want it.
The fucking sea.
I like tempura shrimp. And that's as far as I'll go with shrimp.
Man, yeah, I like most shrimp. Like I'll I'll fuck with shrimp. I'll fuck with shrimp, but like
Even when you made fucking Creole for us when we were younger, I used to give my shrimp to Mike.
Yeah. I do want to also let you know, while I was Googling this, while I was Googling fucking pig feet, I came up with a recipe that... No, I didn't come up with a recipe. I found a recipe.
Okay.
I found a recipe titled patitas guisada, and that's fucked up.
Oh, no.
That's fucked up. You can't call a dish that. Stop it.
Fucking foot beef, foot carne.
Just like, a little foot, yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
It's
little,
good.
little foot beef stew. It's fine. Pig feet stew. It's okay.
That's disgusting. I was in a bodega the other day, and owned by an Indian woman, South Asian, and they have this. I don't know if it's Mexican or whatever, but you know how like they at the counter they have like the pickles in the bag and stuff. And there was just a pig foot in the bag.
Oh my god!
That was like pickled and had like in the red juice, the little spicy juice.
Mm-hmm.
And they were selling it. And I was like, who just eats a pig's foot?
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, number one, like pickled pig's feet is a thing that people eat,
Yeah,
but also
I know.
like the fact that they call them also like pig trotters is like, don't give it a fucking cute name. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah,
That's gross.
Just like sometimes I think this is an English thing, but like pickles in a jar, they call them like turtle dicks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think it's funny. I'm not opposed.
Fucking horrific. I don't know why you would say that, but okay.
I think it's funny. I mean, I wouldn't just eat a fucking pit like they do it in a lot of stores. I don't know if they do it outside of Texas, but next to the cash register, they have just like this cooler that you open and they have pickles in them that you just grab. And I was never a fan of that, dude. Like, people go crazy for that shit, and I'm just like, ugh.
I mean, like, okay, so now that we're just fucking talking about pickles, like, I love pickles. I'll eat pickles. I was actually thinking about bringing up pickles on the podcast today because someone on Reddit posted, "Hey, is it weird to eat 12 pickles a week?" And I was like, "Fucking no. What?
It's not weird. No.
Yeah, it's not weird. Shut up." But what is weird is like I love pickles a lot. Those fucking gigantic pickles at a football game, though.
Oh no.
I can't eat them because like they have too much juice in them.
Oh
and
yeah.
They're soft, and then you take a bite and it just like explodes like pickle juice everywhere. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop it.
It's too close to eating a human wiener.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, as someone that really enjoys wieners, like I don't want to be all up on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I want to enjoy that in private where no one can see.
Yeah, this is a me thing, a me only thing.
Yeah, I get a little embarrassed. I get a little red in the face. I'm like, oh, this pickle's doing something to me. Just, But the thing about the pickles at the game is like I don't know if they do it or if it's the pickle. Like there's always just like a hollow on the inside hole.
Yeah.
It fucking just cups all the juice in it. I don't know. People like it. It's just not for me. Although I do like pickles, like on things like burgers. Or,
sure.
Or just in stuff. But I'm not a just go into the fridge and grab a pickle kind of guy.
Oh man, I am, and I picked that up from my mom. My mom would just eat, just pickles, and lemons and pickles with salt. It was just like I don't know, a fucking afternoon snack for us. It would be like fucking 3 p.m. and my mom would cut up a lemon and just like put salt on it and eat it.
And she would like look at you and be like, "It's pickle time."
Yeah. All right. To be fair, like I did the same thing. Because I also really like pickles and like lemons with salt. But she also got to the point where like, because originally it was just like she would grab a pickle out of like a jar of pickles, like a whole pickle. And then it got to the point where she was purchasing like hamburger pickle slices and like laying them on a plate and then sprinkling salt on top like a fucking chef. It was like absolutely ridiculous. Very over the top. And I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm having pickles.
What does it look like? I'm embezzling.
Why do I need to be criticized in my own house?
I'm embezzling. I'm sorry.
I'm embezzling.
I will say I like kosher pickles, like just the little ones, that you can just and I'll have that with the sandwich. Like don't put it in. Like I'll bite the sandwich and then I'll bite the pickle. Get that fucking.
Dare put it in.
Keep it on the side. It's like I like that Vlasic crunch where it's not like real wet. I don't know if it's dry, but like you bite it and you get that pickle and it's like ooh crisp.
Yeah, I'm like I am partial to, so I only like dill pickles. Like sour dill pickles are my jam. And so like anytime like I went to grab a hot dog at Disney World, and I'm really glad that I checked because they were like, oh yeah, we've got like mustard, we've got ketchup, and we have relish. And I was like, great. And I was about to put a bunch of relish on top, and I went, what if this is that sweet bullshit relish? So I put some on the side, and I took a bite and was like, ugh, you fucking assholes. Tempting me with this, what looks like delicious pickle. Instead, it's bullshit.
Fucking your one carrot moment. You're just like, what the fuck is this? Give me your manager.
Get the mouse out here.
You're trying to poison me with your sweet pickle manure?
Who you got back there making this fucking goofy?
He's like, yeah? Who the fuck's making fun of my pickles? Fucking, I don't know.
Sweet relish is the only kind.
Now take your last breath while I relish in your death. Fucking God. I can't imagine like you remember when the Muppets did like on CBS where it was just like basically The Office, but like the Muppets were treated as real like people.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Just do that, but with like Disney characters, not in cartoon. Just like I don't know, make Disney puppets and have them just be as real people and go their day-to-day lives. I feel like I'd watch
I mean,
that.
I think Disney owns the Muppets.
They
I
do.
think
They do own the Muppets. You can watch all the Muppets on Disney Plus, except for Muppets Tonight.
Yep. No, they did indeed purchase it. Nice, because there's like a number of Muppets things in like Disney World, which always feels very weird. Like it seems like,
Yeah.
to me, it's almost as if like you were at like a Marvel theme park and then you saw Superman. You're like, hey, what the fuck?
Like, wait a minute.
That doesn't make sense.
It does seem like two different worlds, because Muppets are like you associate that with like Sesame Street and like CBS and stuff, but you don't associate them with like Disney. But if like Disney owns them, why haven't they done like a crossover? And what I'm saying is, if Disney owns the Muppets, I mean, Kingdom Hearts 4 gotta have a Muppet world.
I mean, the possibility has been open this whole fucking time. But at the very least, now we've got the possibility of also having a Star Wars world, which is sick.
I would take the Muppets over Star Wars.
Are you fucking kidding me? Really?
The comedic properties are endless. I'm just saying.
I mean, you're not wrong, but imagine just fucking Sora getting a lightsaber keyblade. Are you fucking kidding me?
So Sora getting a banjo keyblade and then fighting Heartless with Kermit and Miss Piggy next to him. Just fucking
Okay, that would be sick.
Time to commit manslaughter. Fucking.
Fuck.
He's like,
These quite good.
These guys don't have hearts. I guess they won't care when I beat them within an inch of their life. Fucking. I desperately want that.
God. Yeah, there's a lot of things that they can do though. Like, can you imagine fucking like you go to a world, you don't know what it's gonna be, and then fucking like Sora like glides down to the ground with like booster rockets because he's fucking in the Iron Man costume. Oh shit.
Fuck.
Fucking Goofy is Spider-Man. He can't figure out how to fucking do the web thing.
Oh no. I was gonna say Goofy. Well, who has like Goofy would have to be dressed like Captain America. He has a shield.
Oh, good point. Yeah. He has to be. And of course Donald has to be the Hulk.
No, because he uses magic. It would be Doctor Strange.
That's unfortunate because he's so pissed off.
He would be Doctor Strange.
Oh shit. Oh, good call.
Damn. Fuck yeah. But Sora, who's my man Sora?
Man,
like
yeah.
his costume would have to be themed somehow. He can't just go in there fucking Kingdom Hearts attire.
I guess he's got to be like Thor, right? Because Thor's one of the only heroes that carries like a weapon.
I can
that
see
he
that.
has with him all the time. So.
Well, it's Thor or like fucking who else? Thor or Iron Man, because you can just put Thor in an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, but like, where's his Keyblade gonna go? Right? Like, what kind of Keyblade is it gonna be?
It's a nano suit, so it's like a combination of Thor with like a nano suit keyblade.
Man, that would be kind of cool. But you could also do Thor and instead have him have like fucking not Mjolnir, but the axe, the big axe.
Fuck. Look at this fake comic book guy. I can't remember fucking...
Thor, big axe. I'm Googling it. Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fucking stupid.
That'd be sick as shit.
I heard, speaking of Marvel, that they're gonna try to do a World War Hulk movie. Or they're trying to set it up before fucking Secret Wars.
Interesting.
Which I was outwardly angry at my coworker who told me this. Because like and he already knows me, so he was just like, I already know what you're gonna say, and I let him have it because MCU has like ruined my Hulk fantasies and how cool he is. So
I mean, I get it. We all would love to jerk off to the big green man, but
who wouldn't?
You know, I mean, maybe give him a chance. Maybe this was gonna be good.
What he told me, where he was like, I've been reading like speculations online, And this is what I heard. He's like, you remember in Thor Ragnarok when fucking everything was coming through the devil's asshole? He's like, so they said that maybe that was like a black hole all along, and the future Hulk comes out of it. And if you don't know who the future Hulk is, he is a villain called the Maestro.
Mm-hmm.
And he is like super intelligent and like mega strong, one of like the Hulk's like strongest. He's just a big Hulk with the gray beard and bald, and he's like mega powerful. And he's gonna be the villain. I don't know, I guess a Hulk movie they're working on, if they are. And apparently time runs different on Sakaar, and Hulk's son Sakaar is gonna be there, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, that's stupid. And he just kept telling me, and I just kept getting angry and angrier.
This sounds like bullshit. This just sounds like nothing.
Yeah.
This sounds like some people on the internet decided it was going to be that way, and was like, "Yup, this is for sure what's happening."
Well, that's what I said. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense canonically. I'm like, that's stupid. And I'm like, they already ruined that plot line. They can't just go back and fix it.
I guess. I mean, the thing is, I don't think you can retcon things like in MCU. I don't think there's been like an actual like retconning of anything other than fucking Terrence Howard and his very good math can't be in his movie series anymore. So now it's Don Cheadle.
But we don't talk about that. They didn't even talk about that. They didn't even come out and say anything. They just, when they released Iron Man 2, they said nothing. They were just like, it's Don Cheadle now. And it always was. What I was waiting for them to do is like remake Iron Man and just put Don Cheadle in there. Because it's so weird. If you're like, I feel like watching all the Iron Mans today. You watch part 1, Terrence Howard, and then just out of nowhere it's part 2 with Don Cheadle, and you're like, well, what the fuck?
Hey, who's this guy?
But then you're okay because like he's actually a better actor. So
yeah, I think I also think so. It's just I don't know. I think it's also kind of like beyond the pale if they were to be like, hey, this movie, just pretend it didn't exist. Because like if they're gonna do that, right? Because Disney owns Marvel as far as like that branch of like cinema goes, right?
Yeah.
And they also own Star Wars. If they were gonna be like, hey, ignore half of what happened in Ragnarok, we're gonna do fucking Hulk. We're gonna do this big Hulk thing, right?
Yeah.
Then I would be like, hey, can you go back and just like throw away between 1 and 3 of the Star Wars sequels and just like do those again?
I feel like,
because that would be sick if you just like made them good, like real good and like congruent.
I still need to watch them, but yeah, they're like in it to win it for the Star Wars sequels. They're just like, no, they're perfect the way they are, and we're not going to talk about them. They just happened.
Yeah, and that's like, man, that's one of my big problems. My largest problem with the Star Wars sequels is like, I actually enjoyed a good portion of the story, and like I really liked the characters. My major issue was just like the radical shift between all 3 of the movies, because it was J.J. Abrams and then it was fucking Rian Johnson.
And then it was Abrams again, right?
Yeah, and then it was Abrams again. And every time, every director chose to be like, hey, you know what that guy did? Well, fuck that. We're going to do something different. And that happening twice is like to the detriment of the entire story of the whole 3.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, there are a bunch of, spoilers for the 3rd sequel movie. And this is not a spoiler that matters that much, but there's a part in the movie in which they're like looking for a thing, and
oh my God, yeah, it's MacGuffin the movie.
Yeah, they're looking for a thing, and they have what is effectively an old knife.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, this old knife is actually a map, and they hold it up to the horizon, and they go, see, it matches up with this like destroyed Empire ship, and you go, hey, dog, when was this fucking knife made? Because that Empire ship hasn't been down here for more than like 20 years. And how would you know that the Empire ship wouldn't crumble even more? Like, there's so much stupid shit about that like, it's horrific.
Didn't you have to hold that knife like at a certain like time of year, at like a certain time, and it's supposed to match up, and it just happened to be like that day?
It didn't have to do with the time of day, but it did have to do like it matched up perfectly with where they were standing on the rocks. They could have been standing anywhere and been like, well, I guess that's not it. But I guess they stood there and it was perfect. So like,
here's what I don't like about the sequels. I so badly, and it has nothing to do with Rey being a woman, I wanted Finn to be the main character. He was so much more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, having that backstory of like, I'm a stormtrooper that like, you know, I was kidnapped as a kid and then I was forced to fight for the Empire and now I'm going against him, right? Like, that's a fucking cool story. And it really is a hateful thing they did to my man, right? Like, to be like, hey, look, you're gonna hold the lightsaber one time in the in the first trailer, movie, and that's it.
Yeah, and it was so bad because in the first movie he fought like a stormtrooper with a lightsaber and, you know, lost. But I was like, okay, this is perfect. He's a clean slate. He's a stormtrooper. He doesn't want to be one anymore. He went from evil, maybe because of like his, you know, how good he was, and he realized that wasn't what he wanted to be and became a good guy. Mm-hmm. Maybe like something in the Force, like inside of him, would lead him to be like the next big the big shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it would have been perfect because he's like a clean slate. He finds Luke Skywalker and trains with him, and it's great. I don't give a shit about Rey. What do we know about Rey when we started? She's an orphan on a planet, and she finds a ship, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I would have been all right with that. Like,
it would have
Rey
been
is
fine
a character.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I would say it would have been fine if maybe both of them were like training with each other throughout the movies, and like they're just like, what's it called? They're like both not the chosen one, but like they're like the next Jedi. Like they're the next Jedi masters. Like if they trained together and became like big. But then they had to introduce the fucking romance between Rey and fucking Kylo Ren.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I would say, missteps that like there wasn't a lot of, to me, there wasn't a lot of build up for, there wasn't a lot of payoff for. There was just kind of like a lot of things like that where it was like, oh, that was a cool idea, and then you did nothing with it, or that was a cool idea and then it was thrown away entirely. Cool, nice.
Yeah, it just I didn't like the direction. I liked some of the characters. I didn't like what they did with them. Like, and even the fight scenes that I saw, they weren't good. I guess I saw like the other day, because I was watching like lightsaber duels on YouTube, and first of all, my favorite duel of all time is Anakin versus Obi-Wan on I forget the planet, Morgoth or whatever, on the fire planet.
Yep.
That 8-minute long fight, it is so fucking good. And then
it's great.
And then I saw the remake of old Obi-Wan versus Vader, you know, where that team of YouTube people redid that scene, but like with like new graphics and how like intense the battle is. I like that scene too. I know it's not in the movies, but I imagine that it is because of how cool it is. But there's no fight scenes in the sequels that I really like, other than Finn versus the nameless stormtrooper.
You mean Captain Phasma?
No. Fucking the guy that says traitor.
Oh yeah, that guy.
The fucking that 2-minute long scene, and it's not even like great, but it's like Finn using a lightsaber for the first time, fighting it like a trained baton wielding stormtrooper, and it's so fucking good. But there's nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, I also appreciated that, especially because like it started off with him fighting, and like it's clear how inexperienced he is. Like
Yeah.
later on in the movie, whenever he's like using the lightsaber against my boy Adam Driver, he's also just like, I don't know, fucking I use this like a big stick. That's how you use things like this, right? And I loved that. That was great. Good characterization, excellent build up, and I did also really like at the end whenever like Rey like took control of the lightsaber and was like, this is gonna be my lightsaber. I'm like, I'm the one. And like, that's fine. I'm into that. As so long as they continue to like build on Finn's character,
But
and
they
like
didn't.
make him important and cool, but they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I also saw that in part 2, when they're fighting like the Red Guard in front of fucking Grand Emperor Snoke, I saw like a frame scene by scene analysis of how stupid it is.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things in there that are like, I'm gonna wait my turn. And,
there's
and like one guy just falls.
Yeah,
one guy just falls.
There's a guy who has her dead to rights while wielding like 2 blades, and then in the very next frame, he has no other blade.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a guy that like spins around her for a little bit, or they just run out of the way, while like they're basically just dancing around each other. Like there's so much wrong with that scene, and people are just like, well, it's Star Wars. That's how. No, the Star Wars duels in like every other one are like very choreographed, 1v1, and it's just like fucking medieval fencing almost.
Yeah.
And them using force, which they don't even use in that fight. Like,
yeah,
it's so stupid. Not to mention that. So, I have nothing but like bad things against Rey, because like she's like forced into this. She gets her powers just right away. We've had this conversation, but the thing is, like, I hate how she is like good enough to stand on her own against Kylo Ren. Even though Kylo Ren's been training for years and years and years, he should be like leagues better. But like sometimes that's just not the case when he's fighting with Rey, which I just can't agree with.
Man, the thing is, they could have spent more time like ramping her up and getting her to the point, because like I think probably what happened is they wanted someone like Obi-Wan in the first movie and the second movie, third movie, Anakin in the second and third movie, right? They wanted somebody who like knew how to use the Force and like knew how to fucking do it, right?
Yeah.
But in the original trilogy, the first movie, there's barely any Force usage on the part of like Luke.
Yeah.
And then he has to like go train, and then he's still quite bad at it by the end of the first movie.
Yeah.
And then it's in the third movie whenever he's actually good at it, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, we can't wait till movie 3. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, we already know the Force exists. Why, she's just good at it. But like, Luke's not even the best Jedi in the first, in fucking 4 through 6. He's just good enough to get by, and he doesn't like win most of his duels. Darth Vader had to save him in part 3 or part 6. So like, he was training, and Yoda was training him, like Force training him, and to like empty his mind and stuff. He had to go to another planet and be like separated from everyone and fight his fears. Like, Rey didn't have that. She just, I guess, she just learned it on the fly, which I don't really like. She's almost like, what's her name from Twilight, the girl. You're supposed to put
Bella?
you're supposed to put yourself in her shoes. That's supposed to be, you're supposed to project yourself on that, which I don't like.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, and that makes a lot of sense. I mainly wish that, like, there was more build up and there was more like storytelling to it.
Yeah, maybe she like actually trains with people instead of like a fucking Karate Kid montage on with Luke for like a minute. Like, why couldn't Luke just go with them and be the Obi-Wan of that movie?
Yeah, I mean, because Rian Johnson didn't want that.
Yeah, I know, because Rian Johnson's a piece of shit.
Damn. Have you ever seen Knives Out? It's good.
I haven't seen Knives Out because, like, when that movie was coming out, there was trailers everywhere, and I forget who was using this hokey American accent. And
it's Daniel Craig doing a really weird Louisiana accent. Like, it's not that accent doesn't exist, but it's that, like, he picks a couple of different ones to pick and choose some words from, and he's like, "Oh, I saw here it's mighty interesting that you were talking about the death of your father." And you're like, you just pick one. It's fine. Just pick one.
He sounds like...
And then that'll be it.
He sounds like a Southern Belle Bane.
Yeah. He is.
I don't like that.
That's how people talk. That's how everyone talks in Louisiana. Did you know?
I do now.
Yeah.
That trailer put me off of the movie. Honestly, those trailers really put me off of the movie.
Yeah, that's fair. It is a really good movie, though. If you were ever bored and you're like, oh, I can just fucking watch Knives Out, you should. It's good.
I'll think about it. No promises, though. But other than Star Wars, you wanted to talk about stuff. We went on a wild tangent.
We did, yeah. There's a couple of things. One, the most immediate thing is Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk.
There's going to be an expansion. Not an update, but an expansion.
All right.
Now,
Go.
This is interesting. So the trailer that came out for it is basically V talking to someone and someone being like, do you, V, you repeat after me, I, V, pledge my life to the new United States of America. And I guess it's like you're making a deal with the government to like be a hired gun for the government, which is like kind of cool. It's like a fun concept.
So before you get into it, answer me. Does this take place during or before the game?
I'm going to bet it's during.
Because, as spoilers for Cyberpunk, at the end of Cyberpunk, any ending you pick, he dies.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's why I'm betting it's during. I'm betting like you've got enough street cred as like as a fucking mercenary in Night City that they approach you and are like, hey, you want to do some fucking government stuff? And you're like,
but,
okay.
But how does that tie into the game?
It's expansion fee. That's how it ties into the game. Is they fucking add to the story.
Okay. I mean, okay, if you say so. Man, I haven't played Cyberpunk since it came out.
I haven't either.
I don't know. It's free, right? I heard it's free.
I am not sure.
Now, I don't know if that's of the price point being enough to pull me back into the Cyberpunk game. It's been too long. Like I know they had a big process with it, but it's been too long.
Yeah, and I mean it's been updated a lot over time, so I think it's much better now.
I think you tell me. I haven't played it since it was a buggy mess.
You and I played it at the same time and stopped playing it at the same time ish.
Yeah, well, I both liked and hated the game. I liked going around and doing all the side missions and just exploring and doing stupid shit. And then when it came to the story, I was like, "Oh God, just move on." And then it ended.
This is a new. This is like a new thing. Completely new. Like, so CD Projekt Red usually does this with their games. Like they, for The Witcher, they came out with Wild Hunt, right? Ooh. And that was like effectively its own game, but also inside of Witcher 3, and it tied into the story. So I feel like this is about the same thing.
Probably.
But the the story here, I'm imagining is like kind of not going to play into the major overarching story. I don't know if they're going to add like endings or anything to it, but again, the CD Projekt Red like MO for doing stuff like this is to make it like really big and give it like endings and stuff. So it's not just like, oh, I fucking did 10 extra quests. Neat. I guess I'll go beat the game like usual.
Maybe it just doesn't matter. Maybe it's just little funsies side quest.
I hope not. What I'm hoping is that, because like you said, spoiler alert, in Cyberpunk 2077, no matter what you do, you die, which is fucked up. I'm kind of hoping they add an ending in which I don't die.
Yeah, I hope so too. Like I was so upset at the finale. I don't know if every finale is the same, where you gotta fight that big robot guy.
Yep.
But he was so wimpy at that point that I was all decked out with everything. I think I just shot him like 3 times.
Well, I would like to point out that for most people that didn't like do the infinite money thing that you did, that's like not a thing that happened.
What are you
there
talking
was some challenge
about?
to it.
What are you talking about?
What are you accusing me of?
I would never, Colby. I am a good boy who plays games the right way. Mm-hmm. Listen, the infinite money glitch that I may or may not have done, I'm not saying I did, but does not give you any advantage besides buying all weapons, which I didn't need. I used it to buy cards if I used it, and what I did was max out my skills for crafting and crafted everything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the crafting thing is the other thing. Is like with the, with the infinite glitch, like you ended up doing a lot of crafting and like leveling up in that way. And so you got really overpowered weapons pretty quickly.
I don't know what you're talking about. Dude, I didn't learn about the infinite money glitch until like maybe 2/3 of the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't even help me in any way. Besides buying all the cars.
Besides buying all the cars,
which doesn't do anything for the game story-wise.
Man.
And most of the weapon, like I said, okay. So I did buy the blueprints that I needed and upgrades. Okay, I see where you're going. Mm-hmm. I see where you're going with this. It didn't help me in the game though.
No, why would it have?
Look, so I don't know what happened, but like sometimes I would just find OP fucking weapons or OP body modifications, and I would just use them. Like I think I found like the max gorilla arms somehow, and I just used that all the time because it would just open doors, and I was a stealthy guy. I stealthed my way into places. So money didn't help.
I'm just saying. Not everyone had that experience with you, and you did some things that maybe helped the gameplay a little bit.
The only kind of workaround I used was during like the fights. I don't know if you remember where it was that mission. So I don't know if they fixed this glitch or something. But right before you get into the fight, you throw a melee weapon on the ground, and then right when you initiate the fight, you pick up the weapon, and the game doesn't recognize you as being armed, so you fight the unarmed fight with the melee weapon, and you could just wreck someone's shit.
Yeah.
And
I just... That one is fair, though, because those like unarmed combat fights are so fucking hard.
Yes.
That like I don't know of anyone who could beat it legit.
Dude, that girl in like the MMA gym,
impossible.
Even with the melee, it took me forever because she would just, and I counted. I think all she would have to do was hit me like 3 or 4 times. I also had to throw a bunch of healing items on the floor just because she was so fast and she would hit me before I could do anything. It's
nice.
It's so stupid. That's like
Big done.
that's not even game breaking. That's just a workaround to the stupid difficulty.
Yeah. Not great.
It's not
what you want.
It's not, and like everything else was fine. Like I was fine in the game. Like every once in a while, I'd fall to the floor, or like some stupid shit would happen. But that didn't hamper me from playing the game. But that fucking fight, pissed me off.
Yeah, that's like probably, especially because you get that mission really early on. Like it's an easy one to get, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna go complete this mission, and so you like go to all of these fights, and then like you go to the MMA gym, and it's just fucking, oh, I guess I just get my ass beat. I'll come back when I'm higher level, and I did that. I ended up coming back, like 30 hours later, still fucking nothing, not even a little bit closer.
Yeah, even with like gorilla arms equipped, it just doesn't help. She's just better than you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because even after that fight, like the one or two fights after that weren't as hard. Like when you when you fight that guy in like the empty pool, that was easy. I fucking took him out no problem. But man, I hated that. I hated that. But other than that, Cyberpunk is not bad, if not just repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Everything looks nice though. The city looks nice. Mm-hmm. The cars feel weird. Never drive in third person, or first person. Always drive in third.
Yeah, the cars need work.
Everything needed work.
All of it needed work.
But I mean, hey, if you're still having fun with it, that's fine. Do you? If you're gonna play the expansion, that's fine. Do you? I don't think I will.
Yeah, so I'm looking around at the things here. So like whenever they were talking about Cyberpunk, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're going to be releasing expansions and updates and shit." And then it came out and everybody hated it because it was unfinished.
Yeah.
And then now it's Phantom Liberty is the only planned expansion for Cyberpunk 2077.
Ooh, you don't want you never want to hear that.
You don't. And my bet, I don't know this. I don't know anybody at CD Projekt Red. I'm betting they had made prior commitments to like having a DLC expansion type thing.
Yeah.
I'm betting they had like prior external commitments that meant they had to do at least one.
Yeah.
And so they were like, well, we're going to do this one and then we're going to fucking throw everything away and move on to a new game. Like I think Cyberpunk is now like soured in their mouths, which is fair. But yeah, I'm of the opinion that they're probably going to have to just get this one out and then be happy that it's done. I think that's probably where they're at.
Well, yeah, because like after like the bad taste that they left in people's mouths of it being just unfinished when it came out, and then they're like, oh, well, I played through it again. You know, you have all these endings, but they were all basically the same. Like, sure, you could play through it again, but why would you?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, now they finally got the transmog system in, so you can wear whatever you want to wear and copy the stats from, like, a good piece of armor into, like, the gear that you want to wear so that you don't look like a fucking clown all the time. Which is great.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of this ties into the next topic as well, because they did just release an update, but they released it specifically to tie in with the Cyberpunk Edge Runners anime that's coming out next week from Studio Trigger.
Nice. The show looks a lot better than the game ever did.
It does. It looks crazy good.
You want to know how much time I put into this game? That's why I can complain about it.
How much?
236 hours.
Jesus Christ, V.
Yeah, I know, right? I put in all that time into it, and
so that means that you got to the final boss at 235 hours, and we're like, why is this so easy?
yeah, that's. Look, I'm not saying everyone did what I did, but I made sure to get everything out of the game as much as I could, and I think I did with that much hours in the game. So, I don't know. It's your choice. Your choice on, what you think my opinion is.
Listen, Fee, you're unpredictable. You're a wild man, and
I am.
no one can see your opinions coming.
That's true. I can't even see my fucking opinion. I'll like something in the realm of what other stuff is, and then people be like, then you'll like this. And I'll be like, no, I don't like that. That's stupid.
Dumb. But yeah, so like this is effectively Cyberpunk Edge Runners is now going to be kicking off our fall anime season.
I'll watch it.
Oh, I'm for sure going to watch it. It's by Studio Trigger.
Of course.
So like they did Promare, they did Kill la Kill. You honestly, most of them did Gurren Lagann as well. You are going to be hard pressed to find like a better, more stylish anime studio than Trigger right now.
Yeah.
So I all in with Edge Runners. Very excited about it. But in October, we've got a number of things that are coming out.
Yeah, that brings us to our next topic: Fall Anime 2022, baby.
Yeah. So October shows that like basically the whole anime season is like starting up, right?
Yes.
Like Cyberpunk is, it's coming out next week. You think of that as like appetizer.
Yeah.
Because October is whenever things are really going to go apeshit.
Yeah. So like, there's a number of shows. I'm looking at it right now. There's a number of shows I am very excited for. I'm very happy to see. So number one, we've talked about it before. Chainsaw Man, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I couldn't be more excited for this. Very, very pumped for this. I'm forcing my wife to watch it. I'm very fucking. I read the entire manga. I'm all in.
This anime doesn't seem like the type of anime that they would watch.
No, it's not.
I don't think they'll be hyped on some of the themes of the show, but
same. But we're watching it anyway.
They better. It's a good show.
It is. Well, yeah. I mean, the manga was very good.
The manga's really good. Yeah, the manga's really good. And from the trailer I saw, it looks phenomenal.
Yeah, the animation looks super high quality. You could tell they put a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort into like really making things look good.
Chainsaw Man was that sleeper hit that everyone liked. And of course, why not capitalize on this new funded fucking like of the manga and make a good show?
Yeah, I mean, this is and it's going to Studio Mappa. Mappa has done a wonderful job recently with a lot of the stuff that they've done. Yeah. They did the most recent 2 seasons of Attack on Titan. They did Jujutsu Kaisen. So they've got some good shit under their belt, especially recently.
Ooh, Jujutsu Kaisen, Shingeki no Kyojin, Attack on Titan for all.
Attack on Titan, yeah.
Attack on Titan for all you gaijin.
Shut the fuck up, Fee.
Sorry.
So I mean, they're really well known. They usually pump out really good quality stuff, especially recently. It seems like everybody is having to like level their game up a lot. Especially whenever you've got fucking the studio UFO table that's behind Demon Slayer. I mean,
they did Hajime no Ippo.
They did do Hajime no Ippo. Yes,
that's one of my favorite animes.
Yeah, Mappa's crushing it. Mappa's been a good thing.
And Doro Hedoro.
Yeah,
that's a good anime. And Inuyashiki, I really want to watch that.
So. That's the first one, and that's the one that everybody is like basically thinking is going to be anime of the year.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's
you see the second entry?
I do. Mob Psycho 100 Part 3, this is going to be the final part. So there's going to be no more Mob Psycho anime after this. Probably.
It's a bummer. Honestly,
it is. But that's like the webcomic ended, and this is the ending of the webcomic.
Hey, so. Well, I mean, just give one another 2 years. And there'll be a fourth. Actually, no. I as much as I love Mob Psycho, they need to fucking pump out more One Punch Man.
Yeah, which One Punch Man did get confirmed for a season 3.
I know.
They didn't say who was going to be making it or anything, but it is confirmed that someone is making One Punch Man season 3.
The One Piece is real. Fucking
The One Piece is real.
God.
True.
I don't even know where that meme came from. Maybe because I haven't read further into manga, but I mean, do they say that in the manga?
Yeah, I think Whitebeard says it.
Of course. Well, I know he says in the what's it called war, but recently because like I was watching like TikTok. I was watching TikToks of like there is just this guy that screams the One Piece is real, like in a lot of his TikToks. So I don't know.
Damn. I don't think anyone said it recently unless it was in Film Red.
Oh, okay. Maybe in Film Red, which I want to see.
I do too.
So
big deal to be able to see it. Yeah. I don't know when it's coming though.
Let's go through some of the basics of the anime that's coming out. So we had Mob Psycho and Chainsaw Man, real big deals right there. That's why they're at the top.
Yep, and there's one more big deal on this list that I'm going to point out, which is Bleach: The 1,000-Year War.
Yeah, I see it.
That's Bleach has taken a hiatus for many, many years now. I know what you're thinking. Are they still making Bleach? Yes and no. They stopped making Bleach for a very long time, and now they're making it again.
Yeah,
so
it's a big hiatus.
Yeah, big anus.
So, I mean, I'm pretty excited, but I have to catch up on the show. Like, it's been so long that I've...
Bleach is also, like, Bleach used to be one of the big three, right? Like, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, where it was like, oh, this show's a fucking 1,000 episodes.
I thought it was the big three was like Dragon Ball, Naruto, and something else.
No, that's like... that's older school. Like, the new school thing, like, in 2008 was like those three. It was Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach.
I'm sorry, I'm an old man.
Yeah, I'm sorry too.
What year is it?
What year is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for Bleach. I gotta rewatch like the last couple of seasons. I haven't seen any of the movies. So yeah, that's definitely on my radar. The My Hero Academia, I gotta watch all of season 5. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm more stoked for Spy Family Part 2. Because
Spy Family came out earlier this year. Big hit. Everyone loved it. Everybody thought that everybody was cute. And it's back.
It is. And there was like some controversy around it, which I thought was stupid, and everyone thought was stupid, but Twitter be twitting. They were like, oh, the main character, what's her name, is like in an inappropriate relationship with her foster dad, and we're just like, what? We're like, where? She's excited that she's adopted, spoilers. And like, he's happy that like, he's a hard-boiled spy. And like, he's like, oh wait, feelings? And like, he's proud of her. And that they were just like, that's inappropriate. And we're like, how? They don't. Man, there's not like
that's a weird thing to pick. I get it. Like, anime sometimes does skirt that line where they're like, oh, this is kind of making me feel uncomfortable, but like, all right, whatever. But I don't think that was the case. I don't think that's what happened.
But in Spy Family, like, you have like we've talked about it about like, oh, we're not blood related, love at. But that's not even the case. The little girl, I think her name is like Chihiro. She doesn't feel that way about her dad. She has no romantic interaction. She's stoked that he's a spy because she can read his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And like, she's just happy that, oh, I found someone who wants to be like my family. That's it.
I mean, yeah, I've having never seen the show, I can't comment on this, but yeah,
I think you should.
I could see both ways. I could see in which like this is just a weird fucking thing that this anime decided to do that is making people feel uncomfortable, or that like this is a thing that people on Twitter are reading into too much.
Too much, because it's wholesome. They don't even. There's no like ichi in it. They don't show like upskirt shots. They don't do anything appropriate with the little girl, or even the mother in the show. Like, they don't. It's purely comedy and action.
I mean, I'm into that. But yeah, I would have to see the context in which people were like, "This is an inappropriate relationship."
I think it's like the second episode, but that was a while back. It pissed me off when I heard about it. I was like, where, when,
where, why, who
exactly? So we have those 5. Then we have To Your Eternity. Never seen it. Never heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
This one I'm also stoked about, which I know fucking everyone's gonna be like, oh, Uzaki-chan wants to hang out. Double.
Yeah, tell me about this. What is this?
Second season of Uzaki-chan. It's a comedy. It's a rom-com. So Uzaki-chan, the protagonist, the short girl with the big old titties, is in college. She's 20 something, and she recognizes her love interest. I forget his name. In college too, and she's like, I remember him from high school, and he was kind of a loner, and I want to befriend him because I want him to get out and do like taking an introvert and making him like be an outrovert, I guess. And he's just like, I want to be alone and play video games, and she's like, no, you don't, you idiot. And then they start kind of falling for each other, but like they're not saying it until like first season. Like I think they acknowledged it, and like their friends around them are like, yeah, we really fucking ship them hard, and we want them to get together. And I want to say it's wholesome. I mean, every once in a while you get like the upskirt shot, like she gets stuck in a bush, and she's like, hey, just grab my hips and pull me out. And like that's one scene, but like there's
God fucking man, JoJo has a scene like that too, where fucking
fucking Joseph.
Who is it? It's Joseph Joestar and fucking Muhammad Abdul that are magnetized together, fucking
in a belt buckle.
Crotches together. Terrible.
No,
Why?
it's funny, dude. It's funny. That's played for laughs. And then
I know.
And then the old woman's like, I didn't know you were that way. And then he's like. He's like, I'm stuck! And then she fucking beats him with an umbrella, and it's fucking great. That's... But you don't fucking put Joseph's name in fucking vain.
Joseph is my favorite Joestar. Don't talk to me about Joseph Joestar.
So, we haven't talked about it before, but if I was going to rate JoJo's, I'm going to say, what's it called? Diamond is Unbreakable, right? Is that the one?
That's Josuke.
Josuke with the... Let's see, what's after that? It's...
after that is Gold Wind.
Okay, so it's... Diamond is Unbreakable, Gold Wind. I love Gold Wind. And it's really hard for me to put it as my second favorite. And then after that is the one with Joseph as a young man.
Not Battle Tendency. Tendency is the one.
Battle Tendency. And then JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with Dio.
That's Phantom Blood.
Yeah, Phantom Blood and
or Stardust Crusaders.
Stardust Crusaders. And then at the bottom is Phantom Blood. I haven't ranked the Jolene arc because I haven't seen it all, so I haven't decided where it belongs on that list.
Yeah, it's I will say that they just came out with more episodes of Stone Ocean, and I haven't watched them because I don't know, man. There's something about like releasing all of the JoJo stuff at once that just makes me not pumped to watch it.
I feel you. I didn't watch all of the JoJos until they were all out in Golden Wind. So like, I started JoJo from Phantom Blood and went all the way until Golden Wind.
Same.
And I saw the first 13 episodes of Stone Ocean. I thought they were great, but well, I guess releasing them in parts is fine, but come on, man. Just don't do that.
The whole problem is like whenever it was coming out weekly, there was a whole community around like, oh, we got to like watch this and we got to like do that. And we're, next week is going to be this chapter, and everybody was like so excited about it. And then whenever they just dump everything, it almost becomes like, well, this is fucking nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a strong love for Stone Ocean. It's good. It's just, it doesn't feel as JoJo to me as the rest. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the rest of it, so I'll have to see. But like the beginning parts of every JoJo series are always very fucking slow, and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, when's the JoJo stuff kick in?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, to be fair, I'm sure it gets crazy, and you get the convoluted fights and like the JoJo poses and stuff. And we've had some of that, like especially like at the tail end of the first couple of episodes they put out against the preacher.
The priest,
yeah, that was really good. Just having him like go back and forth in the prison, I'm just like, oh fuck, and that was really good. But I want to see the rest. We'll see. But like I said, I haven't seen it all, so I can't put it on my scale yet. But that's what Diamond is Unbreakable is my favorite, and it probably I don't know why. The music is really good, and Kira is really good. I think I just like the Kira fights at the end. It's really good. And that's not to say that Golden Wind isn't as good, because Golden Wind is really good. But what they did to Fuma, they just wrote him out of the show like partway through.
Yeah, they don't need Fugo. Fugo, go fuck yourself, Fugo.
And the later fights at the end are really good. It's just, I don't know. I prefer Diamond Unbreakable.
Yeah, Goldwind is I think probably my favorite.
Yeah, I would think it is. You always talk about it.
Yeah, true. I do. So yeah, I'm right there with you. I think it's probably Goldwind, Diamond is Unbreakable, Battle Tendency, Stardust Crusaders, Phantom Blood.
You just have the same list as I do, except Goldwind's flipped to first.
And Battle Tendency and Stardust Crusaders are flipped.
Really? I thought Battle Tendency was better than Stardust.
Oh, maybe that. Okay, well then we have the same order for that. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what I said. Mine is Diamond, Golden, Battle, Stardust, and then Phantom Blood.
And I like that neither of us put Stone Ocean down, because like we don't.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be fair because it's not done yet.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. That's why I kept it off the list. So any JoJo stands out there, I'm sorry, it's not done yet. I can't give it a fair comparison, but yeah, that's
a comparison, if you will.
Oh, you fucker! So back on the list. So we talked about Uzaki. That's good. I don't know what Blue Lock is. It's a sports anime. I'm not fond of soccer. I don't know if I'll watch it.
Yeah, there's some shit going on. I see a soccer ball.
Yeah, I see a guy with glasses and a chain.
There's the guy pushing up his glasses, just like,
there's a guy with
every anime.
There's a guy. There's chains. I don't know. There's stuff for sure. The Eminence of Shadows, fantasy action comedy. Never heard of it. Is it an isekai?
Me either. I'm skipping down to like to some shit that we know.
Ooh, Urusei Yatsura.
That's right.
Yeah,
that was one that you were excited about.
I'm very excited about that because it is a remake of an old anime from back in the day by the same guy who did Ranma, half, and it's like one of those like old quintessential like anime comedies. It's definitely in like the style of its time about like I think she's an alien, and
yep,
she comes to Earth, and I think she falls in love with that guy, and then like it's a rom-com moment, basically, sci-fi rom-com, and it is really good. I saw some of it back in the day, and the intro theme was real good. And I heard they were making it again, which is good because I didn't really see the old one. So I'm really happy. 46 episodes. I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, that's going to be wild. The fact that they like know how many episodes are going to be and it's going to be that fucking many is kind of crazy.
Well, the manga, there's a whole lot of it, so it makes sense. And I'm pretty sure people are like clamoring for it. Not like clamoring, but like a lot of old heads like probably brought forth this to existence.
Oh, okay, interesting. So David Productions did this.
What? Oh yeah.
Who famously also do all of JoJo.
Oh, then we know it's gonna be good.
Yeah, then we know at the very least everybody is going to be real hot. So that's good.
To be fair, they are already hot. And the the main character is always just in a bikini. So I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely seems like it's going to be one of those like Tenchi Muyo type things.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a harem, but I don't know much about it. I just knew it's one of those.
I read part of the description. It is a harem.
Oh, okay. But there we go. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. I love rom-coms. I'm okay with harems sometimes. It's just I'm really excited for this. It looks really good. And I saw like a sneak peek trailer for it, and it looked really good. So, here's hoping that it's one of those animes that I'm going to get into for a really long time. Let's see.
Yeah. I'm looking at the rest of the series that we have coming out. One of them that's really intriguing to me is fucking Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury. That sounds fucking sick.
Oh.
I'm into that. Like I'm into the idea of most Gundams. I just don't watch them. But this one in particular, the art style looks kind of interesting. It looks a little more like a little desaturated, a little more not pastel, but like just desaturated, I guess. Yeah. And I'm into that look. So I want to see how this is.
I like Gundam. but I haven't seen one since G Gundam.
Hell yeah! Apparently, there's some like really good ones.
Yeah, I heard Iron Blooded Orphans is really good. Although I'd be damned if I said I've seen anything like since like 2000. So
yeah, that's fair.
Here's an anime I think looks interesting to me, because I like that slice of life kind of anime, and this looks like I don't know if it's an isekai maybe. Numen Kanren no Skill Baka Agetara Nazeka Suyoki Nata. There's no English translation for the title.
Yeah, it's something.
So, and the description says, Al Wayne, a young man who aims to be a top-notch farmer, has refined his farming skills and finally reached the max level. However, once he achieved the pinnacle of farming skills, for some reason, his life began to take a drastic direction. Now, that's some fucking slice of life farm sim that I love to watch. Like I'm very engrossed into anime like that, like Pharmacy in Another Universe, and just isekai where they're like not badass like fucking fighters. They're just like, I got isekai and I'm gonna create a pharmacy, or I'm
gonna go work at the McDonald's. I work at Fantasy McDonald's now.
That is the devil is a part-time worker.
Yeah.
So there's that. That has got it for me. So I like anime like that. Just action. It says action, adventure, fantasy, and I'm pretty stoked on that. And I've never heard of it, so we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah, I mean it sounds like a thing that you would watch for sure.
Yeah, and do it yourself, which also looks really good.
Yeah, which before the show started, we were joking that this is a show entirely about jerking off. And it does say, do it yourself follows high school girls working on DIY projects as they struggle, fail, yet don't give up, see the project through to the end. The story depicts the ends. Not the ends. The story depicts the lives of those girls as they take the first step toward the future. Definitely about jerking off, for
I'm
sure.
doing it myself. Just... I like wholesome anime like that. Not jerking off, but
Yeah. Where they're like, I'm trying to build this birdhouse and it just fucking won't do it.
God, there's so much cum everywhere. Just
shit.
Fucking, I don't know. I used to, when I was younger, when I was a young man, I loved just pure action, like action comedy, just action shows. It had to be like fucking action, and now I'm more like, well, I kind of like just watching slice of life and like comedies. Like, I of course I still watch action, but fucking yeah,
I kind of just want to watch a guy like make a nice coffee.
I kind of just want to watch this guy like maybe fall in love with his sister. Who knows? Just fucking.
Fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, who cares? Fucking, I love that anime. I love isekai. Like lately, I have been liking a lot of isekai. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff I've never heard of here. I've heard of Golden Kamui or Yowamushi Pedal Limit Break. I have the first manga for that. You gave it to me. Because it was in your loot crate or like fucking con bags that you had at your house.
Yeah.
So I got that one. It's just about biking. I'm not into biking, so if you are,
man, the thing is, like, there's so many sports animes about so many different, so much different shit that, like, a friend of mine, I watched Haikyuu, and Haikyuu is sick.
Yeah.
Haikyuu is a really good sports anime. And I was talking to another friend, and he was like, yeah, I also really liked Haikyuu. What's another thing that's like Haikyuu? And so I talked to my friend who introduced me to Haikyuu, and she was like, oh, you got to do Run with the Wind. And I looked it up. It's just about running.
I mean, if that's what you're into,
hey man,
there's an anime out there for anyone.
I hear it's really good though. I hear it's like a really, really good anime about running.
You gotta reach.
I hear there's an argument at some point where one dude says to another, why are you running then? Running is slower to get to places than like taking a car. You have to like have feelings about running. Otherwise there's no point to it.
God!
I was like, damn, you do be right though.
You gotta be in the right state of mind if you want to run. Fucking.
Yeah, you fucking idiot, asshole.
Here's an anime that looks interesting. It kind of looks to the degree of Puella Madoka Magica. It's called Four Nin wa Sorizo Uso wo Suku. A story of four friends who each have a secret they cannot share with each other. And it's just the schoolgirls, and like on the other side of them it's just dark, fucking twisted things. Like this one girl is wearing like a army uniform, other one's like an assassin, the other one has magic, the other one's like an esper. I don't know. It looks neato. I'd watch it. I kind of like dark comedies or like stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that one looks pretty good. The only, so it's a shonen, right?
Yeah.
The only thing that I like am kind of like about is like I've seen the like this is like a child murderer thing happen so many times that I'm like kind of fucking over it at this point.
Yeah. Well, maybe they play it for comedy, but the poster looks serious.
To be fair, I'm looking at another anime that is going to come out. It's called Play It Cool, guys. And this sounds like maybe the worst anime of all time. Okay. But, I mean, it's not made for me.
Where
Description.
Where is it? Let's see.
They are handsome guys who are cool, but a little hard to approach. However, they are all clumsy. Because they are clumsy, they're relatable. Because they are clumsy, they're adorable. You'll surely come to love them too. A slice of life comedy about guys who stay cool despite being clumsy. What the fuck is that?
It's just
who had this idea and was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write a whole fucking thing about this. It's gonna be great.
It's just a bunch of guys fucking falling down the stairs.
Yeah, this is Jared. He can't hold stuff good. And this is Peter. He runs real goofy.
God, this is fucking. This is like what's it called? I'm Not Like Other Girls, the anime. Fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. I'm really handsome, but I don't know. I can't make coffee. Fuck, I don't.
Yeah. Beans. Oh, every time I try to cook, it burns.
God, I don't even like the poster. I don't like the art style. It just. I'll watch it though. I'm interested. I want to know how clumsy they are.
Yeah. Now I'm like, well, how fucking clumsy are these guys? Are we talking like? Oh yeah, one of the guys. He's a waiter at a restaurant and he dropped all the food. Or are we talking like this guy works at a nuclear power plant and oops, now it's going into meltdown?
There's this guy. Every time he jogs in the morning, he comes in his pants when drugs by a hot girl. That's how.
That's how fucking clumsy he is.
So I'm curious because they've used the word clumsy 1, 2, 3, 4 times in this description. How fucking clumsy are they?
Yeah, that must be the whole central theme of the show.
Here's another anime, that stupid anime out of my mouth, that I'm not excited to see. I know nothing of this, but it is interesting. We talked about it before the show. Aruasa dummy head Mike ni Natiata Oroku no Jinsei.
Yeah, please read the description on this, Fee. I will give you $1 if you can get through it without laughing.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this smile off my face. Ugh. After reincarnating onto a dummy head microphone, the protagonist gets involved in the lives of high school girls who do ASMR. The comedic anime will follow these high schoolers as they aim for the ASMR Koshin. Ugh!
Commendable. Amazing. You seriously gave a description on ASMR and the ASMR anime. What in the fuck?
This guy got isekai'd into an anime, Mike.
Yeah, most people show up and they've got like cool powers and shit. He just is a microphone.
It's just the microphone is a head. What the fuck? What does he do? Is he sentient? What the?
Yeah, that's my question.
Oh,
like, I almost want to watch the first episode just to be like, what is this about?
It's a lesbian show too. Girls love and slice of life.
Oh, great.
So, who's loving who? Who's scissoring who?
Listen, if this is gonna be a rom-com, we gotta define the boundaries already.
I don't know how adult this is, but I want to know how is this gonna be like one of those 3-minute animes? How are they going to stretch this into 20-minute episodes? Oh,
yeah,
no.
Especially
it says right here, 3 minutes.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I looked up Koshin, and Koshin is the term for the Japanese high school baseball championship. So I guess what they're saying is, like, there's an ASMR version of that. And that's what they're
the ASMR champions. So who can be the quietest?
Yeah, who's gonna be the one that's like,
oh,
you're on a beach and the sand feels real good.
You can't do it because your mic has a pop filter. So I should have read the description like this, just real close. After reincarnating onto a dummy head microphone, the protagonist is involved with lives of high school girls who do ASMR. The comedic anime will follow these high schoolers as they aim for the ASMR Koshin.
That's my fucking brain tingles. I've got the brain tingles, see? You're doing it.
Hold on. I want to read the title in ASMR because I didn't even know.
Oh, God.
Aruasa dummy head Mike Ninatiata Oroku no Jinsei. Goodbye. Fucking I don't know.
Amazing.
Thank you. Then for all our ASMR listeners, you can find me on fucking what's it called?
Jerk Talk.
I'm there. $5 a minute. Just I'm there. Fucking
just out there. It's you do the exact same podcast they're already doing, but you're just talking closer to the microphone. You're like, yeah, I wonder if it would be possible to make jelly out of ants. What if fruit grew legs?
Someone's just transcribing our fucking podcast into ASMR. Fucking God, I hate Star Wars the sequels. I wish Finn was the main character. Just I fucking hate that. Colby.
Hello.
I lost you for a minute.
Yeah, what did you do? What happened?
I didn't do anything. I was just I ASMR'd the connection.
You got isekai'd into the fucking ASMR anime. They were like, "You're too good. We need you in here."
Dude, yeah, I fucking for no reason we just disconnected. It was just Discord was like, "Oh, I can't fucking take this anymore."
This is being used for gross things.
That's so funny. I don't know why. But that's about it. Everything else, I don't even know what it is. Other than Detective Conan and...
Yeah, there's a Detective Conan spinoff that I don't care about, and it's already time to go.
It is time to go.
So October is going to be wild. We'll keep you updated on all of our hot, steamy anime takes about all of these cute, clumsy guys.
Yeah,
Who am I going to like the most? It's going to be maybe the one with the glasses. I don't know.
His name is Bunsen, and I can't wait.
He's going to be real fucking cool to overcome that name. I was going
to say, what's a cool guy name? It comes out on October 11th. Fucking...
It's not Bunsen. For sure not Bunsen.
Like fucking Leonard or God, I don't know a cool guy name. What's a cool guy name?
Nope, I don't know any cool guys, so
I don't
can't do it.
Hold on, I got one.
Okay.
Timperino.
That's not even close, Fee. The only one I keep trying to think of one, and I keep just coming up with Edgar, and I don't know why.
Edgar is a cool name, just like Sebastian. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sebastian can be a cool name. Yeah, that's true.
It's Sebastian, Bunsen, Winthrop, and Opie. That's
an Opie.
Watch these clumsy boys this fucking October.
Come watch these clumsy boys. Come on.
All right, we're at time. Let's go through our time outies.
Yeah, so you can catch us on any platform, including the platform you're listening to, but other platforms too. And you should rate us 5 stars and leave us a comment there. That's the easiest way for us to climb up the rankings.
Yeah.
Check us out on YouTube. We also post our podcast there. We were supposed to do a live stream of this podcast today, but unfortunately I got sick. So
I think it would have been great for a live stream today since we went down the anime list.
Yeah, that would have been good, but here we are, really fucking it up, and I am sorry about that.
It's all Colby's fault.
It is. It's 100% my fault. The plague. I do. I am sick. My child is sick. The whole world is sick,
I'm not sick.
And I am sick of it.
Oh, bam! Damn, world! You hear that?
Yeah, damn, we're fucking... Oh, get owned, world!
You fucking loser. Anyway, yeah. You can find us on all that. We're going to live stream on Twitch next week, though. So, catch us live, baby.
Yeah.
And
get the heat.
Get the heat live in person. It's going to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to... Our backdrop is us in a HEB Sushiya.
It's something. We haven't decided what it's going to be yet, but you'll know when we know.
Yeah.
And we will be there, so you be there, too. We are on twitch.tv/GoGetUsPod.
Bam, baby. And then after you hear us live and you fall in love with our sultry voices, I want you to go to your computer and I want you to get your headphones on and turn everything off and get under your blankets. Turn on our ASMR podcast and go get them.
Go get them.
Go get them. Yeah.
Man, if we had an ASMR podcast that was just that would be probably the best thing, is if you and I, we recorded a regular podcast and then we switched roles and we just read back the podcast that we just recorded, but in ASMR voice. So I was doing you and you were doing me.
You couldn't do me, man. I laugh too much. How are you going to ASMR laugh?
Let me see. I moved my pop filter.
Okay, good.
Is that good? Is that good? Is that good? Is that good?
Too good. God damn. Fuck. All right. Bye. God.
Bye.